Hey Lily, how are you? Thank you for writing back to me and keeping in touch and working so hard. Okay, totally understand the problem. I agree. The template is long. It is really aimed for students who are finding it very hard to get an essay together. So it gives you a good sort of structure. When you're writing like you are, be pretty confident. Um, I will show you as we go along. There's some bits that you will naturally might be useful, but some bits which you really don't need. So I can't tell you exactly which sentences, but let me just mark it through the essay, and then we can, as we go on, I can show you. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Grammatical structures. Yeah, okay. So Belgian consumers preferred black leather shoes over brown, as there were, okay, this should be a plural verb, sorry if I got that wrong, were almost 100 times as many of the former sold as the latter. You don't need to repeat it as of the latter. I mean, yes, you can, but we wouldn't, because it's to do with the coherence and the cohesion. So it's just neater without it. So you do need it here because you're specifically saying which ones, but you don't need it there because you've already, we know which ones. Okay, so as many of the former as the latter. So that is right. I firmly believe that workforce productivity should not be correlated to working hours. You don't need the, sorry, take that out. I can go, and then remember that verb should be a plural. My fault if that wasn't spotted. Nor, so not correlated, nor. When you've got negatives, it's the same as or, but in negative. So should not be correlated to this nor that. Okay, it would be, like if it was a positive sentence, it could be or, but it's not and nor. Or you could have here neither, which would be quite nice. Neither be correlated, da da da, nor this. It's because it's negative. Okay, thank you for the grammar. Okay, here we go. Pie chart illustrates popularity of 7 academic subjects. Yep. Overall, there was no single dominant course for students. No single dominant preferred, because it's not the courses they did, it's which ones they liked. This is important. Preferred course for students. Instead, they showed similar preference on subjects like preference for subjects like yes, in favour of. So not except for, you'd have to have in favour of, because they preferred this, but they didn't prefer those, is what you're saying there. PE and history of the most popular subjects, comprised just less than half, yeah, good, whereas IT was the least. Students was the percentage of popularity only counted for 4. Yes, really nice, excellent. That's exactly what I want you to do, to group them together. That's fantastic, Lily, good work. The second, it's not really common. It's the second most enjoyed or voted for or ranked. You could have ranked second, ranked. Now, it's actually ranked third and fourth, isn't it? Subjects, ranked third and fourth, maths and physics made up respectively. Okay, so if you have this, I mean, you don't have to. If you had that ranked third and fourth, then you'd come into this maths and physics. Then you wouldn't need which. You just have made up that. But don't worry. Go with the second most enjoyed group or whatever were maths and physics at just about 4% less than good. The number you'd have to have here of students who voted biology and geography, I think it is, as their favourite courses constituted almost double. It's not a verb, it's an adjective. That of those who chose IT. Yes, excellent. Really nice structures in there. That's good, Lily. Really, really nice. Well done. So what you've done is you've grouped and you've compared. Okay, well done. So most important word in this essay is this one, dependent. We need to exactly understand this, and you've got this, relying on. So well done, very nice. The issue of whether relying on mobiles and the internet is beneficial or harmful to users has been debated over the last decade. Good. Some believe. Now, who might these people be? Okay, I really think it's a good idea to put in the people. So many parents and teachers argue that usage time should be restricted in order to minimize the negative impacts on social development. Good, especially among teenagers. Maybe if you've got this thing about parents. Okay? So you'll get extra marks for, this is just vocabulary basically, isn't it? And thinking, okay, who would say this? And then this is just linking it back to this idea of social development, maybe. Personally, I feel that intellectual benefits gained should be stressed. I like that. Really nice. Well done. Okay, good start. I don't really like, I don't like pros and cons. A bit casual. So some of these advantages or disadvantages, or some of these advantages and concerns, something like that. There are other ways around this. On one hand, there's evidence that researchers, professionals, and even students could vastly. Now, you can't, like, I benefit from something. It's not passive. You can't put it in the passive. Could vastly benefit from. So could vastly benefit from the accessible information and knowledge available on the resource on these resourceful and convenient online platforms, and I put that in plural because there's many. This is due to the fact that data can now be accessed anytime, anywhere. With a cell phone, I don't think you need which. I just think you can just go. Data can be accessed, comma, then processed into some useful insights and wisdom. For example, 90% of university lecturers use their smartphones to obtain updated academic articles and course materials online and share these with their students. Or you can just simply have to share with their students. It must not be forgotten essential information for the masses, that's plural, such as news, weather and maps are also available in a wireless pocket-sized gadgets. Okay, so this, it must not be forgotten, that is good. I mean, that's part of the template, and I think it works. I think the examples sometimes you could make a little bit shorter. Essential information. Essential, easily accessible information for the masses. Yeah, on a pocket-sized gadgets. We need to get this back to this idea of reliance on it. Now negating the need for physical maps. Or something like that. And then this I don't think you need, because I know we should kind of conclude it, but I think this is more important to get this idea of reliance on. Yeah. On the other hand, one of the drawbacks is that social drawbacks of overusage, constant overuse, is that social skills development may be hindered if people are over addicted to their phones. Okay, become over addicted to their phones. This is largely because spending too much time alone on web surfing may sacrifice social and interactive time. Absolutely. Lack of interpersonal skills in the long run. I totally agree. For example, recent research found that teenagers of 12 to 14 who spent over 5 hours a day on the internet You have to see the internet, was 70% more likely to encounter communication problems with their parents, teachers, and peers. Good. Peers, as well as suffer from social isolation and addiction. Okay, so again, we want to try and get in this idea of, yes, you've said the dangers, but we want to get this idea into the dependence on. This is what is causing the problem. Thus, comma, it's possible to state beyond doubt that interpersonal relationships may become fragile. Yeah, really nice. Very good. Neat paragraph. To conclude, although there might be a possible risk of affecting socializing ability for those who overuse their phones, positive contribution should not be understated. I think that's really nice. I go should not be understated. Particularly that society will continuously benefit from it. Yay, good, really nice. But cautious of that one, because again, we want to get back to this idea of addiction. Yeah. So a little bit cautious on that one, but really, really good, Lily. It's a very careful essay, very neat, very tidy. I think on the template, I think maybe just tidy up the example, like shorten the example and try and give me a bit more of you in here. Get maybe some more adjectives in here. You've got a lot, but and some useful, maybe have concise insights and learned wisdom or something. I mean, just putting a few little adjectives in there really boosts the vocab side of it. Can you also get me a second conditional in your next essay somehow? Let's get some more grammar in here. So second conditional, if something had happened. So if we go second conditional, if there was less phone usage, communication face to face could or would be more meaningful. Something like that. Okay? Shun. God, I can't even spell. So if plus past tense, and then your modal verb, and then your infinitive. So get one of those in there for me to see the grammar. Okay? Really good, Lily. Thank you.